everyone. This is Brian Ferguson, the Executive Director of the Wrestling Fans International Association. And today, December the 4th, we are going to do our post-analysis of AEW Dynamite that was held last night on TBS and HBO Max. I will say this first off, that the program is 2 hours versus 3 hours of Monday Night Raw. And my overall opinion, I will give in just a moment. But first, we're going to talk about how the intro came in. So Samoa Joe comes out, world champion and trios champion with the Ops, and cuts a promo on Eddie Kingston. And then Eddie Kingston, he's talking all this smack about Eddie and his days and all that. And then a few minutes later, Kingston comes out and responds to Joe. Now they have a match coming up Wednesday on AEW Dynamite called Winter is Coming. That's the name of the show for next week. But it was a good promo overall, and it only lasted 10 minutes. And I will tell you this, it was the longest promo of the night. So then, instead of having another promo, thank goodness, they had a match. And the match was the Bastard Pack versus Kazuchika Okada. I hope I said that correctly. In the Continental Classic tournament. They are in the Gold League. So I'm going to give you a little background because I really haven't watched AEW a lot. I'll be honest. I was a little skeptical for a little while, but now I've watched the whole thing last night. And the rules for the tournament are every year it's an annual tournament, and they put up the Continental Classic title. And it has 2 round robin style tournaments consisting of 2 fields, the gold and the blue. There's 2 teams of 6 wrestlers on each team. Each entry will compete in 5 individual matches, 1 each against each of the other competitors in their league. So against each other in their league. They're not interleaguers. Vying to become the top points earner in their league. Continental Classic matches are contested under Continental rules when they feature a 20-minute time limit. Okay, so no more than 20 minutes, and the stipulation is that no one is allowed at ringside, and there is a strict prohibition against outside interference under the threat of being banned from AEW. I'm reading this directly from the website rules. The Continental Classic round robin stage is scored on a points-based system, with a winning wrestler receiving 3 points for a victory in a match and a losing wrestler receiving 0 in defeat. Each wrestler receives 1 point in the case of a draw. Any ties and points are broken by a head-to-head record. AEW Worlds End in Chicago on AEW December 27th will host both the semifinals and the finals of the Continental Classic tournament to crown a new Continental Classic champion. The semifinal will feature the winner of each league against the runner-up of the opposite league. So at the semifinals, they will intertwine. So the winner of the blue league will face the runner-up of the gold league and vice versa. So whoever wins what will face each other in the finals, and they'll become the Continental Classic champion. So in this round, where it was discussed earlier, actually this was a very good match. Pac has really upped his game. He's part of the Death Riders with Moxley and all the other guys that are in there. And he's really won his physique. He's really gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger. And Okada is just an incredible athlete. If you've never watched them, you need to watch the match on YouTube. It is amazing. But in the end, Okada pinned Pac, and it lasted almost the 20-minute mark. It was like 19 something, so it was close. That match was unbelievable. So that was a good kickoff match. All right, and then after the match, they had a commercial break. Then they go in with Mark Briscoe as the new TNT champion. he cuts a promo on Daniel Garcia, who's now a member of the Death Riders. In his upcoming match coming up in a few weeks with Daniel Garcia. That was about 2 minutes. Okay, so not too bad. Then Ricochet, who's the new inaugural AEW National Champion, cuts a promo on his upcoming match with Dalton Castle on ROH on Friday night. That'll be held in Columbus, Ohio. Talking a lot of smack, and that's good. Ricochet has gotten a lot better. I will say that. His promos have gotten a lot better. His athleticism is a lot better. And he's got a couple of guys with him now, and he's come a long way. So I give him kudos. After the commercial break of that, another promo, about 2 minutes long. Briscoe again comes out with his buddies, Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, who have to face each other Saturday night in the Continental Classic. There's a little bit of back and forth. You know, they're supposed to be friends. And Roderick grabbed the mic from Briscoe and said, "I'm going to beat your ass." Took Orange Cassidy, went by him and bumped him. And Orange said, "Oh, he didn't see me. He bumped me." No, he saw you just fine. So that was only about another 2-minute. Then they had the update on Darby Allin. He got hurt last week on Dynamite when he injured against Kevin Knight in the Continental Classic tournament. He's still in the hospital. Not sure what's wrong with him. They really didn't specify, but it looks pretty serious. He's still in the hospital after a week, and he's not cleared to wrestle. So if you haven't seen that match, go back and watch it. I think it's a good one. Unfortunately, he was hurt. Hopefully, he'll make a full recovery. After that 2-minute promo, Kyle Fletcher, who I think is just a rising star. I really mean that. The guy has so much talent. He has all the tools in the toolbox to be a future world champion for sure. In any promotion, AEW, WWE, wherever. He is that good to me. So he fought Kevin Knight, who was the one that injured Darby Allin last week, and Fletcher pinned Knight in 15 minutes. It was funny because right after the timekeeper said 5 minutes left in the match, right after that, I mean, instant, pinned him. 1, 2, 3. So amazing match. After that, Callis comes out to the ring, talks about the Young Bucks, saying they made a mistake not accepting his offer to join the family. Some more of the family come out, and then the Young Bucks come out talking, you're this and that, and then they start getting into it, start getting pounded. Then the Jungle Express come out. They come in, they're starting to get into it with them. And then miraculously, Kenny Omega, I love Kenny Omega, don't get me wrong, but Kenny Omega walks out, they start clearing the ring, and he comes out, kind of steals the ending of it, if you will. And that was only about 5 minutes. This is my whole point in this. Up to this point. Okay, this show is 2 hours long, and their promos are, the longest was 10 minutes, was the intro, and then after that, between 2 to 5 minutes. That's it. It's not a 15-minute spill on this and that. It is 10 minutes or 5 minutes max. I was very happy with that. Next, you had the Hardcore Holiday Deathmatch semifinals for the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship. Now, whoever wins this finals tournament will be the inaugural AEW Women's Tag Team Champions. Last night it was Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm, versus Mina Shirakawa versus Megan Payne and Marina Shafir. Shafir, of course, is with the Death Riders. She's the female there that just always has that look on her face like she hates everybody. Great match. I thought it went over great. I thought the timing, the moves, And I'll be honest, I'm not a big women's wrestling fan. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just not normally. But that match was actually good. They actually fought. They actually kicked butt. Uh, the War Games match with the ladies and this match is night and day. And I mean, this one was a lot better with AEW. In the end, Luther, Tony Storm's butler, come dressed out as Santa Claus. He's trying to give a present to Shafir. Of course, she gets all distracted, throws the box at him. Storm brings her back into the ring, getting distracted, and pins her. So now Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale are already in the finals. They won last week, or last Saturday, excuse me. So now it's the finals, and whoever wins this match, uh, it'll be Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale versus Tony Storm and Mina Shirakawa for the AEW World's Women's Tag Team titles. Should be a great match. I'm really excited about it, to be honest with you. Dark Order, haven't seen them in forever, are finally back. They've got 3 of the guys, and they cut a promo on the Ops. Then, right after the promo break, they come out and they face the Ops, who are the trio champions. Now, Samoa Joe, excuse me, the AEW World Champion, is also Trios Champion. He did not wrestle. It was Hook, who, of course, at the pay-per-view Full Gear, betrayed Eddie Kingston and Adam Page, and went into the Ops unit. Pretty good match. Dark Order's got a little work to do, but I thought overall it was pretty good. It lasted about 10 minutes, and Powerhouse Hobbs, big dude, pinned Uno in about 10 minutes. Don Callis comes back out, cuts a promo again on why the Ozoka put up his title and why hasn't he put up the AEW International title as well. Doesn't have to. He said, I'm not stupid. I don't need to do it. If you notice, I've taken a lot more copious notes this time because I was actually a lot more interested in this event because it actually was interesting. So I was taking notes. I wasn't just sitting there going, oh, great. Adam Page, after Don Callis, cut a promo on Hook, told him, and Samoa Joe, said he's going to get my title back, and Hook, you're going to pay for what you did. The main event of the evening. Okay. Claudio Castagnoli, Jon Moxley against each other for the Continental Classic title. Now, both men are the Death Riders. Okay. And I thought this is going to be a lame match because they're not going to fight each other that much. I was dead wrong. They took it to the limit. During a commercial break, somehow Moxley got cut up on his forehead and was bleeding pretty bad. I mean, pretty bad. Ref, of course, had his gloves on, but continued the match all the way through. And eventually, at the 15-minute mark, Claudio pinned Moxley. Now, at the end, I thought, okay, Death Riders are going to turn on Claudio. But they didn't. Okay, you expect that. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, they're actually gonna not do what everybody thinks they're gonna do. So I respected that. Overall, this show, even though it is an hour less, okay, but it went over 2 hours. It was about 2 hours and 10 minutes. It was on HBO Max. Actually was fantastic. And actually, the other night, Raw, which is supposed to be 3 hours, cut off at 2 hours and 21 minutes. So it was only about a 10-minute difference, 11 minutes. So, my opinion, AEW right now, in my opinion, as a fan that's been around wrestling for quite a few years, is a little bit notch higher than on Dynamite than on Raw. And that's my opinion. And some people are going to disagree with me. I guess if you like listening to somebody talk for 15 minutes about how great they are and what they're going to do to everybody and waste time, then I guess that's your show. My show is I want to see wrestling. I don't mind a promo for 2 minutes like it was back in the days. They cut them off and then they have to go to a match. I mean, they never cut anybody off last night, but that's pretty much the way it is. There's time to where 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you're out, we're getting into a match. So this is Brian Ferguson. My point of view, my analysis on AEW Dynamite, folks. Check it out, all right? Check out Raw, check out Dynamite, check out Collision, check out SmackDown. Compare the shows. I do. I'm starting to now. I'm going to get back into it a little bit and I'm going to do some comparisons. This is Brian, and I'm out, and we will talk soon.